say that first to take judicial notice of the fact that Sakaja as a politician, the way the politicians have been breaking and breaching these COVID regulations with a pardon. And we're urging the court to give a harsh sentence, to send a message to politicians and people placed in high places that these rules were not meant for the small persons. They were meant for all of us, and consider that the senator has been one of the persons who have championed for the rules. He is the architect of these rules, and he should have been the first person to comply with the same. Instead of condemning the media, who are doing a good work in highlighting what's happening, our politicians should have taken a lead, because we learn from them. Consider that he has been the chair of a select committee of the Senate that is combating the COVID-19, meaning that he should have been the first person to comply and champion and campaign for the adherence of those rules. Well, we appreciate, Your Honor, that it is your discretion to impose whichever sentence as per the law. It is, we beseech you to give the maximum sentence provided by the law. Much is expected from the senator, considering he is a senator of the biggest county in terms of population, and the county which is leading, as from the information we get from the CS in charge of health, Nairobi is leading in terms of the numbers, the searching numbers of those people who are contracting this disease. We also urge you to consider the time and what is alleged the senator was doing. He was drinking the company of his buddies at 1. Consider that the curfew starts at 9 p.m. So it was 4 hours past the required time. Conceding to the breach, Your Honor, is not an excuse for the court to be too lenient or being lenient at all to the senator. So we humbly request, Your Honor, that this is a test for all of us in the fight of this pandemic, and the court should use this opportunity to send the message not only to the Nairobians but to the entire country and the world that Kenya is serious in fighting this serious pandemic. That's all, Your Honor.
Your Honor, my honored friend Judith Soweto will respond briefly.
Is considered, his position in society is also taken into account, and as rightly submitted by senior counsel, politicians are also human beings and can err. Again, as rightly submitted, politicians are not above the law. Kenya and the world over is ailing from an unseen enemy, the coronavirus, and measures have been placed in the law to which the Honorable Senator contributed in making to help curb the situation. The duties of the Honorable Senator have also been considered as rightly submitted by Council, of being in touch with the subjects, and that is appreciated by the court. However, given the Honorable Senator's position in society as a leader, the populace looks up on him in terms of the level of compliance to the law and the MOH guidelines and the rules as regards fighting the pandemic, which is now at its peak in Nairobi County, which he actually represents, and also in the country at large. Much was therefore expected from the Honorable Senator in complying with the said law. The court appreciates that he has stepped aside from the position he holds in a vital committee on the coronavirus. However, that pronouncement ought to be confirmed in writing from the Senate House to be able to send a strong message to the Kenyans that the leader has indeed stepped aside, and not that he did the same as a public relations exercise to woo this honorable court. The maximum sentence for the offense committed apparently is only Kenya shillings 20,000, or in default 6 months in prison. Being a first offender and in line with the sentencing policies in place, I will consider fining the Honorable Senator to pay a fine of 15,000 shillings, or in default he shall serve 3 months in prison. Those will be the orders of the court.
Number 31, 10 of 2020, Wiki of the Yango, Patrick Wabua, Wilberforce Ouko, Daniel Dufro, Senator Makanga, James Kahindi, Kennedy Otieno. Number 51, 10 of 2020,
Yango.
Wiki of the Yango.
Nataka address media. Oh.
Daniel, James Kahindi, Kennedy Ochieng. Kennedy.
Naona tumemaliza kutili. I was just paying the fine na tumemaliza. Hakuna story leo boss. Is there a new development?
Oh. Just say how you feel moving forward. Ndio wajua ulitoka na sauti.
Aje? I think just very briefly, you've all witnessed what happened. It's the procedure of the law. And as I said yesterday, everyone falls within the law. I have paid my fine, and I'll continue to urge Kenyans to follow the directives. I think the only thing I can say is, I think from yesterday, there have been a lot of messages and calls that have come in. In fact, now people have started sending me M-Pesa. I'm telling them, please don't send. It's a tough time, and I've handled it already. But I think the show of goodwill and just the understanding that everyone has, that these things happen, na tuendelee na maisha. So saizi tunakimbia Senate, tuendelee na kazi ambayo iko huko mbele yetu. Si ni sawa? Asante. I think I have done what the law has required me to do. Those are the things, conjecture. Yeah. Asante.
Mheshimiwa, are you going to resign officially?
But that I did that yesterday. I think yesterday I told you were there. Said that yesterday I had written to the Speaker about that committee, and I meant it. And I mean, it's something that will be seen, it's visible, it will be there on the floor of the House today. And we move on and we do what we're elected to do by the people.
Malala is urging you not to resign, Mheshimiwa.
I made up my mind on that. Yeah. And not just many colleagues are saying I should not resign, but I think out of principle, not just as chair, even as a member of that committee. Out of principle, I think there are many other senators capable of playing that role. Yeah. But we will still give them support for the remainder of that term of that committee. Yeah. But generally, asanteni got a lot of messages online or straight on my phone. In fact, after you people gave the news of the fine, people are now sending 200, 500. Naambia asanteni, lakini saizi kairi nayo. Na nyinyi msitume Jerry. Not wasitume. Yeah, but I just appreciate, I feel very touched by the solidarity and the understanding. We're all human beings. And I want to thank my brother Mutula, Kaminwa, Soweto, the entire legal team and everyone who's been here.
How did the ruling make you feel?
Well, nothing particularly. As a Kenyan, I just felt that it's good for all of us to go through the process of the law. And that's what the judge said. She had been asked to give a stiffer penalty. She said even no matter who is, it applies like it would apply to everyone. So I felt good to go through the law, like we all should, because no one is above it. And that's why I committed myself to the process. Yeah. Asanteni, majama. Yeah. God bless you all.